Everyone, Roger here from Ask Car Expert YouTube channel. Today we're going to take the door panel off my friend's E90 because the lock rod's missing, and when the car's in double lock we can't double pull the handle to get out of the car without electronically hitting the lock button on the center console. So one thing I did notice here, besides the lock rod missing, is this is all open under here. This almost feels like it's missing the screws. But the first thing to do is to take this trim off right here. We're going to make sure that the screws aren't here, and then we're going to pop this door panel off and take a look and see what we got going on. Just using a plastic tool. Kind of work this trim off. Wow, it's only one piece there. This one, that one came off okay. That one came off okay, and that one came off okay. Alright. And then sometimes these plastic bits get stuck and then you have to like kind of force them off. We'll do that after. And then you can reinstall it back in here. This one looks like it was missing one. So now we got to check to see. Oh no, there's screws there. Okay, it's a good thing I checked. Just the whole bottom is loose. Alright, let me get my T20s and get that out. Alright, the door panel's loose. Let's see what we got. Hey, there's the lock rod piece. Wow, that's actually good. Let's see what we got. That's unplugged. Somebody left the tweeter unplugged. That just pulls off from the handle. That's barely in. What else is falling out? Oh, the screws. There's the second one. Should be a third one. Third one. Okay. Here's the connector for the door switch. Press tab has a slider, so you press the tab and slide it to unlock it, and then has an aftermarket light on the bottom. Okay, you can see we're missing 1, 2, 3, damaged one, odd one. Alright, so I need some door clips. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I'm going to want to get some door clips. Write that down. Now, whoever was in here left this all like this. Now, this is a water leak waiting to happen. This is the vapor barrier, and this does keep water from getting inside the car using this butyl. So they were in here for some reason, probably trying to diagnose what is going on with the door lock. And look at this. This is awesome. Here's the lock rod. Now, one thing to watch out for, see this little white tab right here? This little white tab comes free with a brand new door lock actuator. If you break that tab, you can only get this little tab with a new door lock actuator. So there's two points I want to make right here. Don't break it, right? This goes in like this and then pushes into that slot right there, and then right, that's your lock rod, which thankfully we can fix. But if you're replacing a door lock actuator, steal that, right? Take that little plastic tab off. Some are removable. Yeah, this one is. You see how it rotates. It has a little press tab on the back. Take that, put that in your toolbox in a safe spot. You never know when you could save the day just by having that little white clip. Now, what's happening with this door is if I latch it and I lock the car. Alright, I lock the car. Alright, so now I'm basically inside the car. This is the door handle for the inner door handle. This is the Bowden cable right here. The Bowden cable pulls on this piece right here. So basically, I become the handle, right? And I try to push this down. Oh, that actually pulled that time. So let's see if I do a second pull, or I hit the button at the same time because I had the key in my hand. Maybe we'll retry that. Let me lock it again. Let me put the key down. Okay, so here's my cable. Right? So I just tried to pull that, and I can't. Yep. So the internal mechanism is stuck in double lock. So normally you should be able to pull this door handle. This should press down, and I should be able to release that. The internal mechanism is faulty, which is integral in the door lock actuator. So in order to open this, you would have to unlock the car, which the key worked that time, thankfully. Now I should be able to pull this. And you can see how easy that was to open the latch, right? It should have just been just that one downward push, just like that. But in double lock, I should be able to do one, and then a two to open this. It will not work. We'll unlock, and now I can. Now, I've seen that on E90s, X5s, 5 Series, new and old. So this is not a new problem. This is something I've seen quite a bit. And unfortunately, the fix is to replace the door lock actuator. Now, when I do a door lock actuator, depending on the state of the vapor barrier, I'll replace the vapor barrier and put a new bead of butyl. I'm going to just stick this back down. To do this door lock actuator, you do have to move this out of the way, so the glass has to come out. This right here is taken off, moved out of the way, and now I can get that door lock actuator down and out. You also have to take off the tumbler on this car, which is accessed through this hole, and there's going to be, I believe it's a 5mm Allen head screw, and then this is going to pull out this way right here. But I have to quote that for him and figure out pricing to replace that door lock actuator. So at least we know we don't need a lock rod, and I can put this back together with the lock rod at least popped up through, and I'm going to reseal this door up for him to keep the water out until he decides to get this fixed. Alright, well, I'm not doing the repair today because I have to quote everything out, but let's secure the vapor barrier correctly to keep the water out. So what I like to do is to take something with a nice flat end on it and tap around the glue portion where the butyl is. That pre-sticks it. Then take your screwdriver and with a little bit of pressure. Now if it's a cold day, you might want to have a little bit of heat where you could gently heat this and then run your screwdriver to mesh this together. And it's as simple as that. Look at this. Ready? That's all sealed. So that's how you seal a vapor barrier, which I could reuse this vapor barrier. It's not really torn. Just with the age of the car, sometimes they do separate from the butyl. Since I'm going to be in here, it'd be a good idea to replace it. There we go. Alright, door panel back on. Let's start with the bottom LED. If you can't get it, you can always pop it out. So like one of the projector ones right here. Right, so I want to go from the inside out, pop that on, and then go the back side first. Or you can get in through here, you can put that on. Right, we're missing a clip there. We're gonna have to replace all those clips. There's our window switch. We got our speakers. Oh, I need that. All right, we have our speaker wire. And then our tweeter, which maybe got unplugged when I took the door panel off, or it was left unplugged. I almost think it was left unplugged. All right, now that I'm here, obviously you want to make sure all your connections are on. Oh yeah, look at that. She popped off again. All right, take this. We'll get that in a second. Make sure your door handle is closed. This just pushes down and locks in. Right? Double check, make sure it's working. Put that stupid tweeter one back on. That keeps wanting to fall off. That locking tab's just tired. All right, now I just make sure I don't pull that back off. Bring your lock rod up. Get your lock rod situated. The missing lock rod. Okay, line it all up. Where you usually feel where the clips want to be. Of course, I got broken clips, so it's a little bit harder. And then when you're lined up right, otherwise you'll break them. There we go. That's way better than how I found it, but it definitely needs some clips. There we go. So there's a little bit of a gap here. I think it's because it's missing the clips, so the door panel can actually get distorted. All right, so we have our 3 screws that were under our wood trim. I'm going to go ahead and pop these on. Now these little plastic things are replaceable too. So this one does actually just push in. Maybe that one's supposed to face that way. It's just different. Okay. Normally you put them in and you twist to lock them, but this is broken. But these are all facing sideways. This one doesn't feel like it wants to turn, so we'll just leave that alone. All right, and then our wood trim, these nubs lock into that. Hook right here, that has to hook on the back, and then same thing as the door. Once you're lined up, you can tap that in, and with that broken one right there, it should be fine. There's most of them holding, and no more gap. Door panel's installed, but we do need that door lock actuator. So that's some quick diagnosis of a door lock actuator issue and to figure out where our missing lock rod was. I hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.